for a nigga, baby? Would you slide for a nigga, baby? Light a spliff and get high with her, yeah. Can we vibe, yeah? Would you ride for a nigga, baby?
What's up, YouTube? All right, this is your guy, 13 Personas. It is now 12:26. I am about to head to my nail school, Love It Beauty School, here in Monroe, Georgia. I'm going to give a nail art tutorial today. I'm going to be airbrushing on a graffiti brick wall background. It's going to say "I love the Noops" or I'm with the Noops. With the Noops. One of the two. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out by the time I get to school. Yeah. So let's get on this road. So make sure you hit the subscribe button.
Can we vibe, yeah? Would you ride for a nigga, baby? Would you...
Not too much. I need to turn this down. That thing way too high. You just want to swiftly not get too close, just enough. Going like a circle. Let it sit for like about a minute or two, like pretty much like once you go over another one, then you can like lift it up, because you want to let the paint dry, even though it's going to dry to touch as soon as you put the paint on there. But it's just best to let it sit, because you don't want to take the stencil up and then bring some of the paint with it. So we're going over the second one.
Oh, okay. Here you go. Put this back.
It's best to wear gloves when doing this. Don't be like me, or you're gonna have like messy hands. But I just like to have it off, because sometimes I like to spray on my skin and I can actually see the color like through my skin. But that's just a me thing, because I've been doing it for so many years. So it's like certain things that I'm used to doing, I just can't like really get out of, even though safety reasons. But okay, so you don't want to be too close, because too close, this is what happened. As you see, it'll be too wet. You don't want to be too far, because it'll take a lot. You just want to be just enough on it, so that way, you know.
Do they have like different size brushes? You know what I'm saying? You want to spray bigger areas?
They got the ones that got on the bottom, then they got the ones that just like a little small tube up top. They got different ones. The needle matters too, because you got 0.2 needle and you got the 0.3 needle, then you got the 0.5. The needle size determines on the detail of the job. For nails, it's best to use a 0.3, because the 0.2 is too small. And it's also best to look at the thickness of your paint that you're using too, because that determines the type of needle. Because you don't want to use a too thin needle for something too thick, because it's going to clog up your brush. Because you got to clean it after every service. Because a clogged up brush, that's your nightmare right there. But that just depends on, you know, what type of color you're trying to get out of it. Because if I don't go over this again, you will kind of see the brick wall in the back. So I'm just going over with a light coat right now. Then I'm gonna go back over it after I do them all. Because I'm gonna have to use this E for there. And you want to keep checking your paint to see if you're too low or just right. I'm gonna have to add some more a little bit.
So you can use buy a smaller machine, or that's the smallest one they sell?
They got other ones. They got the handheld ones that you can
For
get
like beginners like me and
on
like beginners.
on Amazon. They got them, but when you do get it, I would use it just to get familiar. I wouldn't like have that as a official one, because don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with them. It's just,
But it's okay to teach with, right?
Mhm.
Because I've been teaching nails for 13 years, but I'm just beginning to really just like the little toys that they have.
they're
You
good
know,
for that.
I know all of the toys. I love all the toys when it comes to hair and hairstyle. But nails is something, and skin. But nails is something that I just never liked the toys. But now I'm finding that I sort of like the toys.
Very detailed.
I guess, do you think that has something to do with my age? No?
Mm-mm.
I'm just finding a love for it, huh? Yeah, I think I want to get the drill now that I have a little bit of experience with the drill. And I'm gonna
Discovery does not have a time limit.
that have time limit.
Mhm. Or no expiration date.
And then the thing about it is, I can add to my lesson plan. I mean, you know, to my teachings. Like, oh yeah, I experienced
And sometimes when
that,
you're doing
so-
it, you might want to cover open areas because you don't want like excess extra paint, unless you don't mind having like that effect with it. Then I highly suggest covering it up. That's why y'all see me like, I have like my hand there, covering it up so that way I don't get it on anything.
Now, if I was a nail tech, I would have all the toys. I'm a hairstylist. I have all the toys, but I'm not, you know, I'm a cosmetologist. But if I was a nail tech, I would have all those toys. Trying to clean out these brushes. It looks fun.
It's different from
It's faster too.
way faster.
Much fun.
And it'd be so funny when you're doing the client and they just looking, trying to figure out what you're doing, and it's like, you already know how it's about to look, but they have no idea, and it's so funny.
But you know, they don't use that in the nail salons, like, you know, that's bringing something different to the table right there.
Oh
They
yeah.
don't do a lot, they don't do no airbrushing in the nail salon.
This is definitely a game changer.
That's a game changer.
Cause like what you can charge for this
Right,
is no limit. Cause it's like,
right,
no one does it.
right,
It's not time consuming. It makes it quicker.
right.
This is pretty much, you know, a perfectionist's favorite thing to do, because it's like, oh, I can get a perfect design with this. You can ombre with this. You can do so much.
The ombre would go crazy.
But
Dumb crazy. What? This thing's so easy. Cause like
You just put
Put in the work, yeah.
like to do an ombre right quick would be
Right, I needed to see.
like to do an ombre with just boom.
yeah, but stencils. You still need stencil.
Not necessarily, not with an ombre.
Ombre?
Cause the ombre,
It's just overlaying.
right, it's just overlaying.
Also light to dark, dark to light.
Mhm. No specific. Easy. I would have did one, but I ain't even brought up.
Yeah, this is some nail people are just using your brushes, the art brushes.
Yeah, I do ombre with a spongy.
So what this is this for? For
That's my
cleaning?
cleanser. I pretty much
For
would
the
use
airbrush?
that to clean it out.
I love poly gel.
Oh.